Okay. Oh my goodness. I'm just texting that I started a new live. Sorry. I hope people can find me. Okay, I think I have a new one. This is like playing hide and seek. It says they're waiting for me, but it says I'm live, so I think there's a bit of a delay. Fingers crossed. I don't see myself yet. I don't see anyone yet. Oh dear. All right, Margaret found me. Yes. Yay. Wow. Hi, Kristen. Hopefully, people didn't give up on me. That was, wow, that was a struggle. Hi, Kathleen. Oh, my stress is through the roof. Hi, View. Hi, Janet. Hi, Lisa. I think I'll have a few streams to delete there. Yeah, StreamYard wouldn't let me on. It says there's an error in your destination. At the top it says StreamYard or YouTube is having trouble going live. We're working on it. And then I went to YouTube and I started live, but then it was vertical. Hi Pamela. Hi Leah. Is it Lee or is it Leah? I just need to call myself. Hey Lena. Good to see you. I love your little opera singer on Instagram. It was so cute. Hi, Joanne. Ye of little faith. I might still be coughing a little bit. I had a neocitrin while I was waiting. Excuse me. I need to breathe. The stress. So while we're waiting for people to find us, excuse me, I'll just show you what that I finished this print that we started last week. Now I know what I did wrong. The reason this stuck down here is I had it on the plate. I lifted the paper up. I still had the mask down and I added paint and I stuck my paper back down. So of course it stuck. So what I should have done is after I added the paint, I should have taken off the mask and then put it back down. That would have worked better. Hi, Christine. Slow down, you move too fast. You got to make the morning last just. I remember hearing that at school. Our teacher played it for us. I think I was in grade 6. I don't think it was a new song at that point. Hi, Diane. Thanks for finding us. I wonder if my StreamYard stream, I should probably go delete it. I don't want to mess with anything though right now. Excuse me. Whew. Maybe someone can go and leave a comment on it saying that I started a new live. I don't know. And then I did this transfer of Little Lucy using a laser print that Mariah sent me from PMR Studio. Hi, Sonia. Sonia says she needs that VW for her groovy journal. Groovy, man. Gnarly. Totally rad. Oh, that's 80s, isn't it? Not the 60s. Hey, Judy. Oh, I'm so glad you guys persevered and found me. It's very, very kind of you. I appreciate you coming to watch me stream and keep me company. Now I can't adjust the zoomage, so I'm just going to lift this up a little bit. Okay, so today I'm going to do a giveaway. I'm going to give away, I thought about making tags today, but then I decided to play with Play-Doh. We'll talk about that in a second. So for my giveaway, I'm going to do some stickers. We'll do this near the end. And then some just different jelly print pieces that you may or may not have seen from previous streams. And I'll include this envelope. I won't use this envelope to send it though. I'll put this in the envelope and then put the envelope in another envelope to mail it. And then I'll throw in a few of these little daily affirmation cards Let's just deal a few randomly. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Hi, Colleen. You found me okay. Oh, Christine. Cat and Pace used her stalker skills. Wow, you're very talented. That's a bit scary. All right, so we have this one. Love, love, love. And we have this one that says, hello, sunshine. And this one that says, be here. So that's going to be in the giveaway. And we'll do that a little bit later. If I forget, please remind me, because I'm wondering if my brain's going to work. So today we're going to play with Play-Doh on the Gelliplate. And I don't remember who I saw do this first. I definitely saw Zandra, Scraps to Beauty, using Play-Doh on the Gelliplate. And I've seen Robin McClendon do it. She used it to use her wooden stamps. You know, those wooden stamps you can get for like printing on fabric. She used that to do some. I also saw Created and Made Studios use Play-Doh. And I saw Quirky Queens use Play-Doh. And what she did was she made, sometimes she made her own designs. So one of the reasons you might want to use Play-Doh, I'm going to go in just a little bit, is that you can make an impression of something that you maybe can't get to your Gelliplate, or you don't want to get paint on it, or it's a 3D surface. So for example, before the stream started, I went to the garage and I did this impression of, it's like the battery cover of the lawnmower. This is the wheel of the lawnmower. And then this was outside the sprinkler, like not the sprinkler, the hose handle. So, I mean, that you can't, obviously you cannot bring it inside. And I brought a few other things to show. For example, let's say you have a foam stamp. This is a PMR Studio stamp. Let's say you want to use this, but you don't want it on the Gelliplate, you don't want it to be square. So you could just use it to capture a portion of it. Oh, good, Diane. So maybe you can message that to me and I can get your happy. I don't think I got it back yet though. We'll see. I don't know. I don't think it's returned yet. So you can put it on here, and then this way you don't have square edges. So you can use that. Also, you can manipulate it. You can like maybe stretch it out to change the dimension a bit. This one, I'll show you in a second how I did that. But before I get more into the Play-Doh, so that's a teaser. Also, if it's like a 3D object that you want to do and you can't get it, because I do have these heat stamps that you can do. You heat them and then you press them down in whatever, and then you use them. But there again, they're square. You can't really get three-dimensional objects. They're not soft, so I haven't used these yet. I will try those at some point. Okay, before we get on to that, my concept is to use these Play-Doh stamps to make some collage papers. And when I was at Walmart buying my Play-Doh, I thought I'll go check the craft section. And I found these little 4x4 canvases. And I thought it would be cool to connect them together momentarily and then add collage paper on them and do some sort of abstract something or other, and then take them apart. So that's my I don't know if we'll get this far, but if I don't do this time, I might do it on video, or I might, you know, add the collage paper live next time, or do an extra live stream. Dollarama also has Play-Doh, yes. So I wanted to show you too, like, see how these are nice and flat? When I bought them, a lot of them had like this sort of sunken in thing. So all you do to fix that is you spray it lightly with some water. So I'm just gonna spray that off camera. So just spray it lightly, and then you use your heat gun to heat it up. Hi, Vale. And then it tightens the canvas. Janet wonders if Silly Putty would work. Yeah, I don't know, it might. I don't know, like, if the consistency of it would react with your Gelliplate. I mean, I didn't invent this. This is a tried and true method by other people that I trust, like Robin McClendon and Scraps to Beauty, Zandra. So there, so that, see how it's nice and flat now? It doesn't have that little divot in it. And I think these are pre-gessoed. So I'm gonna put these aside for now. We're gonna work on the collage papers. So I bought 9. I was wondering, I feel like I had seen this elsewhere. So I was trying to think, who did I see do something like this? And I did notice that Jackie Schomburg, she did a 12-piece with wood panels in the similar, like collaging them together, almost like a masterboard. So that's probably where I got the idea. I don't know what it's called. I said, is there a word for 9 panels? And I said, is it a 3x triptych or triple triptych? 3 times 3 is 9, maybe? Can you guys hear me okay? Hope the quality is all right. Okay, so now my color inspiration. I know I do a lot of vibrant colors, but I'm thinking of doing sort of like a more natural palette. So I'm thinking of using this light blue violet, quinacridone nickel azo gold. And for example, like this is, I use those together and it's pretty, I like the colors, how it did that. And I thought, let's add in some manganese hue. And when I mixed that with the quinacridone, it kind of gave this sort of look. And then I do like me some iridescent bronze fine, and when you add water, you get a bit of a aqua bleed off of it. So this is a little print I did with my circular plate, and you can see the aqua there. That's from the iridescent fine. This is the manganese blue mixed with the quinacridone nickel azo gold. This is that violet color. So I don't know what I don't have a pre-plan of what I'm gonna do. So we're just gonna start off making some collage papers using the Play-Doh. Hi, Rhonda. And this was a print I had done. So I'm gonna do a lot of these collage papers on the wet strength Carnival tissue. Again, shout out to Eddie Makes Art for sending me some pieces, and to Mariah for also sending me some pieces. Excuse me, sorry if I'm clearing my throat. So let's put those aside. Now, because if you do the math, 3 times 4 inches is 12. So I'm going to do these collage papers on my big, what I call my Peggy plate. And hopefully I can get this all in view. Who here has used Play-Doh on their Gelliplate? If you can put like a pink hand like Rhonda did there, or just say me or something. I'm just curious who all has tried this before, because I've only tried it on the Gelliplate was with this test print here. I used my string I had on my jumper or my hoodie, and I made those marks. So Margaret has bought some. Lisa has done it on the Gelliplate. That's Lisa Mingus. Her channel is, no, that's not Lisa Mingus. That's a different Lisa. Lisa, do you have a YouTube channel? I keep calling you Lisa Mingus, but you're not Lisa Mingus. You're your own Lisa, right? Rhonda says Janet. Do you mean Janet? Janet Nash? Has Janet Nash done it on the Gelliplate? I've probably seen it. Like, I've seen it. I just don't remember exactly who it. I don't want to leave anybody out. Okay, so let's put this aside. Well, we'll put it over here, and I'm going to show you some of the things. Well, actually, let's use these things first that we have to just kind of start. So I'm going to use black. I'm just going to use the Liquitex Basics. And I'll just do like a little section at a time. I'm not sure if I'll use the wet strength on these yet. We're just going to kind of investigate. I might. I don't know. We'll see how it looks. So I'm just going to do a little bit here to start. Okay, so I'll use this is from the battery cover. And the nice thing about the Play-Doh is you can squish it, right? Because it's soft. So that's kind of cool. Let's do a few of these. And I don't have to use these collage papers all in one go. I can like rip them up, right? Move that up a bit. My camera's not exactly where I usually like to have it. So that's an example. And then you just, you don't have to wipe it off. You just have to knead the Play-Doh, and then you'll get, it's kind of like a kneaded eraser, right? You'll get a new spot, but I'm just kind of wiping a little bit off. Let's do this one. This is the handle of the faucet. So that's cool. And then you can make your own designs, right? Like you can add to it. So let's say I want maybe something more organic in the middle. I can like make my own designs. And this is what I remember Quirky Queens doing, and I thought that was kind of cool. Like you can, without having to carve your own stamps, you just can make a temporary stamp, and then it's unique. Hello, Chiquita Crochet. Did I meet you over at Sharon Art Junkies? Because if you're a crochet person, I'm thinking maybe I met you there. So I'm just going to do a few. So there we go. And again, I don't think you have to wipe it. You just kind of, I'm not ready to get rid of that one yet. And then this was from the tire of the lawnmower. So next time you go for a walk, stick some Play-Doh in your pocket in a plastic bag, and if you see an interesting texture, go ahead and pick it up. See, this is drying. That's why that didn't work, is because it was drying. So I'll keep that one. I'll do a few more with that. Let's, you know what, let's pick that up. And then we'll, while it's drying, we can do some other stamps, because I brought lots of different texture things to try. So I have to wait for that to dry, because, excuse me, I'm gonna have to, I wanted to pick it up right away, didn't I? On the collage for the wet strand Carnival tissue, I wanted to like do it and then pick it up so that there would be spaces that what's beneath would show through. So I think I'm gonna have to pick this up with regular, I'll pick it up with regular paper with some paint. Here, I've got this rice paper. I can use that. We'll do that when it dries. Hi, Eddie. Hi, Mariah. Okay, so that's almost dry. So let's put that aside, and I'll show you, I will do some more Play-Doh play. So here's some other ideas I had. I just kind of looked around my house. So you can use it for 3D items or items you don't want to get paint on. So this one, this is like one of those pods I had in a floral arrangement. So I used this on here, and then I used the paintbrush to make designs. So I'll show you that. We'll do that one over. Let me get my camera better. Sorry, that's kind of a weird angle. Yeah, it doesn't leave a residue, and it's very pliable. I think it probably takes a while to dry out, so I'm just going to press that on there. So we have that. See how this didn't get affected? And then you can just kind of do your own little thing there. And then I used a palette knife to make some lines. So you can get some pretty organic shapes, right? So we'll use that one in a second. And then this is a little statue I have from New Zealand. So let's see what that gives us. Janet says, take your Play-Doh to Hobby Lobby in the floral department. Yeah, be stealth. So you can see how this is really 3D, right? These marks aren't very deep though, so I'm not sure how it'll work. But even though it's 3D, you might have a cool vase that you might want to use the pattern from. You can get an impression. Now, I don't know if that's going to do much because these aren't as deep as I would like to see. So I don't think I'm going to try that on the Gelliplate, but it gives you the idea. Hi, Dee Dee. You found me. I had a heck of a time getting on here. So this is some old junk jewelry that my mom had that I ended up with. So you can use that. And again, it's 3D, so it wouldn't really work as well with that heat up foam stuff. But here we get some cool impressions. And this is the same pattern, but just a little bit smaller. So you can like add to your stamp. So we'll use that in a second. And then, for example, hi Darcy. Have you used Play-Doh on the Gelliplate? I tried to remember who all I've seen do it. I feel like you probably have. So this little, like this you can't use on the Gelliplate because it's not flat enough and it's not moldable, but you can do that and then you can sort of straighten it out. So we can try that. I found this little beaded cross that a friend gave me. Yes, Darcy has used it as well. So you can check out her channel. I thought you probably did. I just couldn't remember. I tried to mention like people I remembered. It's hard. I mean, I'm not trying to pretend that I've invented this technique. I definitely have seen other people do it. So that's kind of cool. I think I'd want to flatten that a bit. So we'll see how that works on the Gelliplate. Even like the spine here. Let's see. I'm going to take this one. And I'm just going to put it, I'm going to flatten it first. And then this is just like the spine of a book, like a sketchbook. If I do that, let's see what that does. So, I mean, I could just do that myself with like a, a paintbrush. So, so that was what I was saying, like Kirsten from Quirky Queen's Journals, she kind of made her own designs. So you don't have to, find something. And you could definitely use a lot of these items directly on the Gelliplate, but this kind of saves you some time. The other thing, well, let's pull this and then we'll use these. And then I have like a statue, an elephant statue that I thought would be kind of cool to do. So I'm just going to pull this with, let's do the quinacridone nickel azure gold and the light blue violet. It's kind of like foam stamps, yes. And I showed earlier, you can even use this with your foam stamps. Let's say you want the reverse stamp of this. You could use it on a foam stamp you have. This is a PM Artist Studio stamp. Or if you don't want the square edges, you could just do part of it. The possibilities are endless. Hey Xandra, I'm trying that Play-Doh stuff that you wanted me to try. Xandra's like, you should try this. So here we are, we're trying it. All right, let me put away my little statue. So I'm going to use the rice paper. Now, of course, I get a hair. Oh my goodness. Thanks for finding me, everybody. Here we go. I think I got it. Yes. Okay. That provides texture. And I'm trying not to overmix that paint because I want to see like the two colors of it. So I'm just gonna, there's my hair. Just gonna do that with the rice paper. And I'm gonna wipe my hand. And I know with rice paper, you gotta be careful. I'm just gonna leave that on a little bit longer. Hopefully it's not gonna rip. Yeah. Okay, let's do, this time I'm gonna try with the tissue paper. I'm gonna try to pick it up right away. The wet strength Carnival tissue. But I have to go pretty quick. So I think I should just do a small area because this, it's so dry here. This would be a good time. Is that hair? I don't know. This would be a good time to use maybe your open paints. Yeah, so it's a Rhonda, it was black with the violet. So it makes a cool color, doesn't it? So let's try to go fast. I'll just do some of these ones here. I think as it picks up the paint, it starts to pick up. I think you have to wipe it off or let it dry. Let's see. So before that dries fully, let's get some paper down on there. So we have some like black and clear sections. Some of that might have dried, but all right, let's see how this worked. So I think that's pretty cool. And you can rip it up into smaller sections for a collage, right? Do you guys like that? So that was the top of a battery cover in my garage of the lawnmower. That was our the faucet for the hose bib. This was the faucet for the hose bib. Then I added some dots with end of my paintbrush. And this was the tire tracks from the lawnmower. So let's do another section here. So I'm going to do, did I do that pattern yet? I must have because it's black. So let's do a few more. I'm going to use black again. And we'll probably use the rice paper with the colors underneath. Where is my black paint? Does anybody see? Oh, there it is. It's hiding. You can stamp off the paint. That's a good point. So let's do half. That's true. You can stamp off the paint. So let's do half. We'll pick up and stamp off. Thank you, Joanne. And hello. So you can pick up and stamp off. I have a bit too much paint there. So I'm just going to stamp a few times there. Let's do this one. I don't like, that didn't really work for me. Let's do, I had too much paint. Oh, that's not. And that was drying. Let's try this little guy. This was from the dragonfly, right? So I'm not sure if I like the stamping off as much. Maybe it's better like on paper. Stamp it off. Yeah, that works better on the paper. I'll show you that in a second. So here I stamped it off on my brayer paper. So this is my first time using this technique. I'm not, oh, See, and that's why you don't want to do it on your item. I went on that big pile, I just picked up what was on the desk. All right. No, it won't be red for too long. All right, so let's pull that. So you can tear up pieces of this and use it in your collage. So I thought, so that's cool, right? So this, if you glue this down, you're gonna see whatever's underneath there. So let's do something up here. All right, so I think I've used this one enough. I'm going to mush it in. Now, I don't know if there's a limit as to how many times you can use the Play-Doh. So I'm gonna go a little bit thinner this time. Excuse me. Sorry, I'm having trouble seeing chat because I'm trying to get a lot done. And you could probably plan this more. I'm just kind of, it's just a play session. I really like that one. I think that one's really cool. Yes, it's not stamping off on the Gelliplate as well, but if I stamp it off onto my braille paper, I'll show you that again. Yeah, it's kind of, maybe if you live in a humid environment, that works better. Squish that one up. All right. I think this one, yeah, so that's not working. I don't want to do that too much. Let's use this one more time. How's the stream quality? Because I'm streaming directly from YouTube. Is it okay? Is it crappy? We'll use that one. This is still drying here. Let's see. Let's try this, this wing here. So, got that. I'm going to show you a picture. Thanks, Rhonda. Thanks, Joanne and Mary Ellen. Hi, Mary Ellen. Hi, Rennie. Hi, Pam. All right, let's, I'm going to show you a picture of something that I'm going to use while this is drying before we pick it up. So I'm just going to go to my notes. I won't be able to see chat here for a second. But I have this elephant that when my mom moved out of her condo, she had a bunch of these elephant sort of coffee table things. So I brought it up to my art room. So that's what it looks like. So I'm going to use the Play-Doh on some of those surfaces. We'll try that. I'm going to go back to YouTube now. So just got to let that dry a little bit. All right, let's use these two. I'm going to use a big one, and then maybe we'll, I kind of like those. I think we'll pick this up, and then I'll use the elephant one. Okay, so I'm going to make it a bit flat. Just going to flatten it on my desk surface here. And maybe I don't want it like a circle. Maybe I want it more like a an odd shape. So I've got a flat part here, and I'm going to use that on the elephant. So I'm just pressing it in. And I've got this little shape here. So we'll try that in a second. Let me get another section of the elephant. Joanne suggested the stamp off as a way to clean the paint instead of wiping it. Yeah, it didn't really wipe, it didn't clean it though very well, so. All right, let's try this part here. This time I'm just smushing it without flattening it first. So we have that. And let's do one more and then we'll pull this and do some more stamping. Maybe a long skinny one would be cool because I want sort of some movement on my final collage. All right, so along the edge, the bottom edge of the elephant, there's a cool sort of pattern. Of that, so we'll try that. Okay, let me move some of these items that I don't want to get paint on out of the way, like this one. Whoops, this guy here. Okay. All right, so let's pick this up. We'll use the Wet Strength Carnival tissue. That's a good piece there. All right, so this time I'm going to use some of this iridescent fine bronze. And I do like to spray it with water. Let's use it over here. Let's just do a section here. We'll spray with some water. And we'll have to kind of let it dry. And let's use this magenta. And this light blue violet. And hopefully we won't make too much mud. And some of this Azo gold. And sorry, I'm not in camera. So this is going to be kind of wet. It's not going to really pick up what's underneath it, but I want to get some of that aqua color. All right, so hopefully this, yeah, the iridescent fine's already drying over here. And I don't want to overmix it. Let's see. So I'm just burring off so I don't overmix too much. I want some of the individual colors to be there. Hi, Barbara. And that's very, very thick. So I'm gonna just kind of do this. And we'll use the Wet Strength tissue. And I think we're gonna get a lot of green. And there's a blob there. Okay. So over in this top corner, I'm not going to get a lot of the paint picked up. Yeah, I like that. So it's going to be kind of smooshy. Nice. So I'll leave a pattern behind. And I'm tempted to I feel like picking some of it up partially so we get some crackly spaces. It's actually picking up quite a bit of it. Let's do that. I'm just gonna let that sit like that while the bottom one dries a bit more. Hopefully it won't stick too much. Okay, so we can do, let's do another section with the with this. What if we do gold? That does dry fast though. I want to do this one. Let's do black. It should still show some of the crazing from the tissue. I'm not going to bring this back down. I'm going to use a separate piece. I'm going to use the rice paper. Okay, so let's try that. And this. And this. Let's see how it looks. Oh, that's kind of iffy. That's neat. Maybe I pushed it too hard. Let's try a little softer. And let's just use our brush to just kind of do some sgraffito. Just for mark making. All right, so we'll let that dry and then we'll pick it up with another color. So now we're going to pick up the rest of this. All right. So that's the section that had just the iridescent fine with some of the water. And then here's this kind of streaky, but see, and then this had a lot of black, but the cracks kind of add to it, I think. Okay, and then we'll do another section here, and then maybe we can try to start our collage. So this was kind of like wah, wah, wah. But you know what? You haven't wasted time. You can just squish it up, try again. Hi, Shelly. Hi, Julie. Thanks for coming, everybody. I know it was hard to find me today. YouTube was being, I don't think it was StreamYard. I think it was YouTube was being difficult. Okay, go back to my elephant. I'm going to find a different pattern. I kind of like, there's a circle here that's got a neat pattern to it. So let's try that. So I did show a picture of the elephant earlier. Anybody wants to see that? And here's, they've got like a Grecian key, which, I mean, you could probably find a stencil for that. Excuse me. So I got those two patterns now. So Julie's used Play-Doh on her Gelliplate as well. This is my first time really playing, like doing this. I mentioned earlier I saw Zandra Scraps to Beauty doing it, Robin McClendon, Quirky Queens. I can't remember. Darcy's done it. Lisa's done it. What if we do gold? I just want to get another pattern. Oh, yeah. So I also showed, I didn't show this, but you can use let's say you have a purse you like, but you don't want to like get it full of paint. Yeah, you can get patterns from your embossing folder. But I figure like my embossing folder, I can just make paper and use paper, like cardstock. I've done that. Or I just want to try it with unusual things that you couldn't really get another way. So here's a pillow that just gonna squish it in there. That's not really that exciting, but I thought we'd give it a try. My favorite so far has to be this one. I think that's pretty cool. Excuse me. All right, let's do, I'm gonna leave that there. Let's do gold, iridescent fine, bronze, it's bronze actually. And let's do black over here because it'll highlight this stuff. I'm gonna keep that as a separate strip. I don't think the zipper I'm going to use in the collage, but I want to see how it looks. So that's kind of cool. Let's do a couple zippers. And then this sort of flowery one. I like that one. And see if that gets the paint off. Smushy, smushy. Try that one again. And that one, I think I left it on too long, or who knows. All right, so we're just getting kind of mishmashy stuff. And let's do some lines here. So I am feeling better, but I still have a bit of a cough sometimes. It's not fun. So hopefully we'll be able to isolate some sections for our collage. So this looks pretty dry. Right here it's not very dry. Let's just do that. Julie says, literally anything around you is potential pattern making with Play-Doh. Yes. And I was saying earlier, you could like bring some Play-Doh with you when you're on a walk, and you could like use it on nature, like maybe on tree bark. I didn't use that one. All right, let's, so we do have a lot of gold here. Maybe we'll pick the bottom part up with the iridescent gold, and let's look at our color palette story. Let's see. Let's do it with, let's do a combo of this one with the bronze and a bit of the nickel azo. And we're going to do that on, we're going to do it on the rice paper. Sure. And then I'm going to need a little bit something there. I have this onion skin paper. We can do half rice and half onion skin. Okay, let's do the gold here. I keep calling it gold. It's iridescent bronze, fine. And let's do kind of an ombre of this and the quinacridone. Hi, Anne. I think I'm using too much paint, but that's just how it's going today. Ooh, that was an aggressive roll off. All right, so let's use this here. And let's use this corner here. I don't know if we'll use that or not. Thanks for finding me today, guys. I know it was a challenge. It was a challenge today. Okay, we'll let that sit. And this isn't quite dry. It's quite thick there. I might just let's just put that into that foam stamp there, and we'll just kind of pick up some of that excess. Just getting some of the wet paint off with my finger. All right, so this time let's use the manganese with the nickel azo gold. So there goes the garbage truck. So we might have Lucy do her little barky bark. And I'm not overthinking this, I'm just letting whatever happens happen. My brayer. I'll show you my brayer off papers after. All right, let's see. So Barbara saw a guy around town doing frottage. I didn't have enough paint. I don't think this is gonna come off. I should put a little bit more here. Let's put a bit of this one. It's coming off because it's drying. Oh well, okay, let's try it. And I was gonna use this paper. So this is a messy, messy session. Let's lift this up. Yeah, that dried too much. Let's see if we can get this edge here. Yes, frottage is French for rubbing. And then I'm hoping we can start our collage project. So this is the rice paper. So there we have some of that pattern. So I'm going to lift this off, even though it's maybe not fully dried, because I don't mind if there's a few spaces showing. Let's see how that looks. Sorry, it's coming up to the camera like that. So there we have that section there. So just kind of grunginess, right? All right, let's put this away for a second. Actually, let's do one more. Let's do one more pull. directly to the tissue. I just want to get more like some painterly movement lines. And if it picks up some areas, it does. If it doesn't, we're not going to worry. And a bit more of this. We'll spray it too. So we're just going to go for sort of like a wet, I'm not really expecting that to pick up the paint, but let's just leave that there and see what it does. All right. I'm going to show you some of my brayer off papers. Hi, Sherry. Sherry, have you used Play-Doh on the Gelliplate? Got that one. That. This one's kind of nice. I think that's all we did today. Okay. If you guys want to ask me a question or mention something to me, just put it in uppercase so I can see. So that's just sort of a quick pull to get maybe more like a background for a collage. Ooh, I like that. I like that, it's very soft. I feel like that would be a good background. Let's do another one. Another one. Let's just do this section here. And let's add some, actually I'm not going to add any Quin gold to this. I want to just keep it sort of soft, maybe a bit of white. And we'll just kind of do the rest of that little page there. I'm getting so messy. Okay, so we're going to do that. And then we're going to spritz it. Excuse me. Now, if you guys haven't watched Kim Artist Studio doing jelly printing, definitely check that out. I'm sure most of you guys here have. Another very inspiring streamer is Robin McClendon, and she has a book out that I have that I've shown before, and it's amazing. Hi, Lady Jan. Okay, so let's, so we got different papers. This is a rice paper. That's good to rip. Got this one, just black and white, which would be good on top. And I think this would be nice just as our background for our collage, our abstract collage. Okay, so we got some papers. Let me just put this aside for a second. And let's get our canvas out. At least we'll get this started, I'm hoping. So my plan is to do these. This is probably crazy to try to do this all in one stream, but we'll get it started. What the heck, right? And then I should put my Play-Doh away so it doesn't dry out. So I'm going to take those together, and then when we've got, after we've got our collage on there, we're going to take them apart, and then we'll see if we have something good. If not, we can always paint over it. Hi, Kimberly. right, let's see. I don't know if this tape is strong enough, but let's do this. Hi, Dee Dee. Oh, I see you were here earlier. You disappeared for a bit. You found me though. Yay. Thanks for using my stencil today. You are very kind and very sweet and very supportive of all your viewers. I don't think I'm gonna, I did pull out some stencils to maybe use on this, but I don't know that we're gonna get there. All right, let's see if this will flip over. Our triple triptych. There we go. All right. Let's do this. I don't know what I'm doing, but let's do this. I'm just gonna put my Play-Doh away. And at least this will give us some base layers. I might paint over things. Like if you watch a lot of abstract artists, the layers they start with aren't necessarily what you end up seeing in the end. Okay, so I'm gonna bring that down a bit. So I think this might be a good start. Even maybe we'll rip it in half. Now this is wet strength tissue, so it rips in one direction okay, and then the other direction it doesn't really rip so much. Let's see if we can. If it's a bit jaggedy, I don't care. All right, so what if we start that like on the edge? On the edge and leave this clear space in the middle. Maybe we'll even do that. Or I don't want these two lining up, so let's how about like that? We'll just throw that on. I'm just gonna rip some of the edge. I don't want like straight edges on here. Excuse me. And then we can add texture. And how are we doing for time? I kind of lost track of time because I started late because of the whole YouTube fiasco. Okay, so I'm gonna just use my matte medium, this acrylic matte medium, and we'll get this started. You know, it might not, I don't know how far we'll get. And I'm not a I'm not a abstract artist aficionado or anything like that. I move my ruler so I don't get glue on my ruler. So I just kind of want a randomness so that when we take it apart, we're surprised. Like, surprise! So I'm not going to try to think too much about where the edges of the different canvases are. I hope I'm in screen. Let me get a wedge here to squeeze out some of that. Okay, let's keep going. And this one I was going to do like that, right? So let's put some on the back here. And I'm going to put the flat edges on the outside. I have to go that way, don't I, if I want the flat edges on the outside. That I don't want that to line up. No. No. Let's put it down here. Ah! Let's get messy. It's like the Magic School Bus. We were visiting my my sister-in-law and her grandchildren were there, and they were watching a reboot of the Magic School Bus. And I was like, I didn't know there was new Magic School Buses. Did you guys know that? Hey, Christopher. Good to see you. I noticed you didn't have any problems going live today, but StreamYard and YouTube were not getting along today. So I ended up having to go live directly on YouTube. And that's why my stream link didn't really work. Now, the fun thing about doing this live is I don't have time to overthink it, right? Like if you're doing a collage, you're like, oh, should this go there? Should I put that there? We'll do that. We'll go there. No. I don't want that straight. I'm gonna just I'll do that. So my plan is to just kind of do some random collage, and then maybe we'll paint over it, add more collage bits, maybe today, maybe another day. And then we'll separate these canvases. I don't think we'll get to that stage today, but maybe we'll do. Ah! Okay, I'm not going to put that piece. All right, let's see about adding some of this other stuff. Looks like Atlantic scenes. That's cool. So like I said, I'm trying not to overthink things. I do want to try to have ripped edges so they're not straight, but it's very difficult to with the what's it called? The Carnival tissue. It is difficult to get soft ripped edges, I find. And I love that piece with the see, I'm already overthinking. So Joanne, Carnival tissue is also called wet strength tissue. And it's nice on the Gelliplate because it doesn't rip, but you can still rip it. It's just, it doesn't rip as easily. Are you guys hating this so far? What do you guys think? And we can go on with like paint and like a paintbrush, and we can splatter, and we can I'm going to get the base down, and then I'm going to start adding some of these kind of like these individual elements maybe. What if we do now, if you, I will link Jackie Stromberg. Where's my cheat sheet? She does a lot of grid journaling. So in a way, this is kind of like sort of a form of grid journaling, right? Like it's like one big grid, and then it's going to separate into smaller grids. Another abstract, I mean, there's lots of abstract artists, but another one that I watch quite a bit is Christopher Loud. He does some really cool, I'm just going to wipe that. He does some really cool things. Hi, MJ Stevenson. Let's add some black here. These little shapes kind of remind me of stones, and Joni, what's her last name? She's been doing a lot of watercolor of like stones that I've been really enjoying. My fingers are getting sticky from the matte medium, so it's getting harder to rip these. I kind of like that little sort of shape going up. What if we just attach that and then I'll rip it after? This is very inexpensive matte medium, so it's just kind of, you can see how the tissue, I can put the matte medium right on that wet strength tissue and it doesn't disintegrate. Okay. Some of the paint is coming off on my brush. Yeah, and I thought I could take them apart. I could maybe get like a bigger black canvas or black wood board, and then separate them and then glue them on or mix them up so that you can't really tell how they were together before. All right, let's try some of this rice paper. What if we cut out something instead of ripping it? What if we cut out some circles? And they don't have to be, you know, good circles. Another awesome, I mean, there's lots of awesome abstract collagers, like Patty Tolley Parrish. She does some really cool collages. Of course, PM Artist Studios. I hate to mention people because I don't like to leave anybody out, but and let's do this was the print, the stamp from the faucet outside. I'm not gonna think about composition too much, guys. Like, I'm not. Oh, there she is, Joni Sorensen. There we go. I blanked out on your last name. She's been doing a lot of rock watercolors, and they're just fabulous. She posts on Facebook and on Instagram. So I'm putting on the back of the, I don't really know. I do usually like, I mean, I don't do a lot of canvases, but I like it when people do canvases where things wrap around the edges. Now, I'm not gonna have anything wrapping in between because they're sort of attached. Vale, you're liking the grungy goodness? Thank you. And we can go back in with like white paint or maybe some other pops of color. I don't want these all lining up. Okay, what else? What else? What else? So that was some of the rice paper. I don't want too many circles. Now this is attaching there. I'm going to just cut this off from the bottom. We can maybe wrap those. I like this section here. I like how the edges are kind of see how it doesn't always rip. One direction rips straight and the other direction does not. I'm gonna try to wash wipe my hands a bit. And then for sections of it, we might want to like paint white and then like scratch it back. I think that would be cool. Maybe like that. Just trying to, let me see if I can break it with some water. Of course, I don't have any water here. Do I have this old water? Let's see, I just want to kind of, I want to rip this. Does that rip? Yeah, that kind of feather. I like that. It feathers a bit more. And it's following the water line. So that's good. Oh well, lost that edge. My fingers are so sticky. Hi, Jamie. This is our Play-Doh collage. And I don't know that the final orientation is going to be this direction, right? Should we do that there? Ba-bum. Sure. Froil does a lot of cool collages. Anybody in chat, if you want to like shout out someone that you follow that does abstract collages that you enjoy and you want to recommend, I'll have to glue those down a bit better. And that's the tape. Whoops. I almost took the packing tape off. I kind of want to use some of this part here. Whoops. Now, will the water technique work with the paint? No, not so much. Well, maybe. Ugh. So I'm not being too precious, obviously. We put that there. I've noticed, like, in watching people do abstract art, is you can't be afraid to cover stuff up. And, you know, when I watch this back, I might go, oh, I should have stopped there. Oh, I shouldn't have put that there. But I'm just trying to just have fun. And we don't know, like, when we take it apart, we're not gonna, I might not put it back in the same configuration, right? And if there's wrinkles, I'm okay with that. Okay, so let's add, is everybody still on the tour? So I like the white happening here. I want to add more white and then maybe scratch it back. So I'm just going to get just some plain white. Let me get a palette. I'm just on my palette here. Let's do a strip of white. And I'm going to get my little doodaddy thing that I like to scrape with. And let's just use this. And let's just do like some lines. I think I smush it. Smush. Finger paint. Maybe we want to like scratch that back more, or get a baby wipe and then put it back over. It's probably better if your the tissue underneath is dry. Let me just do a little. Let's smush. Let me just use a heat gun for a second. Let's make sure we don't want to add more here. Pull some back. And I don't know what I'm doing. You can do this too. You can make a mess. Let's heat gun this. Diane Bell mentioned Chelsea. Yes, I've watched her. She doesn't seem to put out as much stuff as she used to. Do you ever get your black? No, not yet, Dee Dee. I have not got it yet. It will come. If you mail it, it will come. This is really thick here. I feel like this canvas is neglected. Let's use a bit of the iridescent line and some water. So before we go, I might take them apart just so we can see what sorry, I'm just so we can see what it kind of looks like when we deconstruct it. And then I can always like reassemble it and keep working on it and show you guys next week what else we've done, right? I'm gonna blend this gold in here a little bit. Maybe a bit of white in that spot there. And let's should put a bit of black. Where's my black? Or maybe a little bit of this guy here. So now we're just finger painting, Dee Dee Williams style. Sorry, I've gone quiet. This would be fun to do off camera too, but you know, I think there is something about live streaming where it just, you can't just him and haw. Hi, Anthony. You gotta just do it. Okay, I'm gonna wipe my hands again. And let's do a bit of drawing. I would think it'd be fun to do some drips too. So let's go ahead and separate these, and then I can always like reassemble them and keep working on it. But we'll sort of play with like what happens when you like move them around, when you look at them individually. And you can take, you know, more time gluing your tissue down. I've got some bubbles. I feel like that's gonna bug me. Let's do a little bit more of this guy. Maybe a bit of black. Sorry guys, I keep saying I'm gonna stop and then I don't. And I'm not looking at the composition. Okay, a bit more drying, then we'll cut it apart, and then like I said, I can always reassemble it. What's addictive, Chiquita? Crocheting? Hi, Tori. So for those coming in late, we made some collage papers using Play-Doh on the Gelliplate. And then we used some little 4x4 canvases to make an abstract painting, and we're gonna cut them apart. I want it somewhat dry so that it cuts easily. All right, let me wipe my hands, then let's do some surgery. Sorry, I'm not in. Let me try to adjust that a bit. All right, let's move this away for now. Let's get out an X-Acto knife. We still have lots of collage paper left, right? I can use it on a different project, or I might add more layers to this. Okay. Okay, so hopefully it's dry enough that it will cut without ripping. I don't know that my this blade is super sharp, and I tried to like ooh, I like the little dots there. Sorry, I stop mid-sentence all the time. I tried to line them up as well as I could. You know, definitely you could take more time and line them up better. And then I'd trim the edges, and then I'd probably paint each edge maybe black or bronze. Now that one doesn't want to come apart. There we go. Now I should remember, like I said, they don't have to stay in this position, but I should try to remember, you know, where they were. I can always check the footage. Some of that matte medium got in between, so I'm just gonna wipe that off. Yes, these are 4x4 cheap canvases from Walmart. I think each one cost me like $2 So we'll look at each one individually. We'll maybe deal them around and see if they look interesting in a different configuration. Or maybe I would do like, I'm calling this my triple triptych. So maybe I would put these, make 3 triptychs in different locations of my house, or I don't know. It's a little soggy in between, I can tell. This is kind of like, you know, when you do a master board and you cut it and then you look at it and you see things like, oh, that's cool, I didn't know that. You know, it's gonna be like that. Of course, we'll trim that. Try to keep it somewhat in the order, and then we'll look at them individually. Maybe rotate some around. Like I mentioned, Jackie Stromberg, she did she did 12 together, and I think it was in my subconscious. I didn't plan to necessarily copy her, but I think I had watched it and it was just sort of in my headspace. Oh dear, that's crunchy. And there's little pieces like that I really like, just looking at it right now, that I really quite enjoy. I'll show you when we look at them individually. I'm just trying to get that matte medium spread. Okay, get rid of that tape. It's kind of slimy. And some of them, the tissue wrinkle, but I think that's okay because I think it adds a bit of texture. Okay, hi Belinda, thank you. Okay, and sorry it was so difficult to find today. StreamYard and YouTube were not being friends today. All right, so this is how they were, I think. Let's look at them individually, rotate them around, and see what we think. Okay, we have quadrant 1. And these might not be complete. There's a lot of matte medium there on the side. And some, you know, the outer edges. And of course, I'm not going to remember what direction I pulled them in. So let's look at number 2. So you don't have to keep it the same direction you had it. I'm going to keep it the same direction for now, and then we'll kind of shuffle them around. And of course, you could do a lot more. You could add a lot more to these. So I like, this is my favorite little bit right there, where that bronze, iridescent fine bronze gave kind of the aqua and the colors intermingled. Mountains and an asteroid, cool. So each one is its own. Maybe I like them separate and I decide to, you know, give one to a friend, or I work on them individually. And this will have to be wrapped. That's probably my least favorite one, although I do like this area and the little drips. I think that went like that. No, it went like this. And this one. Again, that's our Play-Doh stamps. But you could use, you know, whatever foam stamps you have, or, excuse me, think that was like this. This white's still quite thick, it's still drying. You can hear my son's home from his exam and he's on the Xbox with his buddy. Okay, and last but not least, we got this one. Of course, I'll take some time to like adhere the sides. This was the zipper from my purse. This was the water tap outside. So I don't know if you like some of them in different directions. I think that was like that, right? So let's shuffle. Let's shuffle and see what happens. Okay, so let's get some shuffle music. There, okay. So I just shuffled them around. And imagine it like on a black background. So I just shuffled it willy-nilly. What you could even do is you could maybe like mount them with Velcro on like a black backing, and then you could like mix them around as your mood suits you. So do you guys like this random random view, or do you like the original, more cohesive view? What do you guys think? Puzzle in art. Bottom right, you like that one? Yeah, each one is like its own little thing. It's like when Dee Dee does her little world collages. So this is more abstract, but it's not like, you could turn this could become a little Dee Dee abstract collage, right? I could put like a little, excuse me, I could put a little spaceman here. I could put some stars, you know, whatever. For example, Diane likes the random look. Belinda likes it random. Have fun cleaning, Chiquita. Oh, I'm all full of matte medium. Shelly says, mix them around. Yeah, see how long it takes someone else to notice? Kind of like Elf on a Shelf. But it's like when you do a masterboard, it just sort of takes the pressure off. It's like, you know, this might not stay here, so I'm just going to put it down. It doesn't really matter. So how are we doing for time? I think I started late because of the whole issue. But those turned out, I think, better than I expected. I think I quite like them. I might fiddle with some, or I might not. I mean, who knows? And some I think I need to glue down. I need to like glue down that down a little bit more. You could add like black dots. So, yeah. So thanks for joining me, everybody. And I appreciate you trying to, you know, kind of following me around all the missed, the streams that happened and didn't happen. I just have this, I'm just going to put it a little bit here because it's a little extra on my, on the edge of the cap there. So we'll just do that. Just as a cleanup. Hi, Colleen. Thanks, Judy. Thanks, Colleen. Oh, I got to do the giveaway. Shoot. Don't go yet. We're doing a giveaway. Where did I put my giveaway? So it's going to be for anybody, Canada, US, or elsewhere. And we're going to do numbers from 1 to 100. And you can start putting them in. It's the one closest to, without going over, the first one there. Oh, here it is. So I'm going to give away some of these little Gelliprint bits and pieces and these little daily affirmation. There's 3 of those. I showed it at the beginning of the stream. And these little stickers. So yeah, go ahead and put in a number. If you want, you have to be willing to send me your address. Hopefully we are connected on Facebook or Instagram. I almost forgot. So if we number these one, oh, I guess we can't really put other numbers in. Joni's going for 99. Oh, Jamie, do you want your first one? Oh yeah, I think 333. Yeah, I know that one's not gonna count. And I don't know what we're doing next week. We'll probably play with some stencils. I was gonna make tags today, but then I saw these little canvases at Walmart, and it just sort of came to me to do this little triple triptych. And this is that matte medium. This is a very inexpensive matte medium, but it's quite smooth. I quite like it. This is from Walmart as well, or Wally World as some people call it. Let's do another rotation. Random. I like this one that way though. Let's do that. So I'll do a screenshot of some sort of order. I'll probably play with that a bit more and then I'll post that later. All right, so I think everybody's got their numbers in. I'm just going to go to random.org. Let's do split view. I had lots of fun. I was a bit stressed when it wasn't, I wasn't getting on very easily. Okay, so I'm going to press stop, and everybody that hasn't responded. Okay, so we're going to generate a number. The first one closest to without going over, 77. 77, let's see. Anybody in the 70s? Oh, Belinda, you're just over. Okay, nobody in the 70s. Let's see. Lisa has 66. I think Lisa is the closest. Does everybody agree? Lisa, are you on Facebook? Yeah, I know, Belinda. Are you on Facebook or Instagram? I'll just put my email address in chat and then I'll erase it. And you can email me your address. I should get an email address for art, really. Okay, so I've typed it. Just ignore the uppercase. It's all lowercase. So Lisa, if you want to write down my email, and if you can put in the subject, Lisa won a giveaway, and then in, when you send me your mailing address, put your full name so I can send it to you. I don't share with anybody. Excuse me. I did pretty good not coughing. Let's mix them around again while Lisa's writing that down. So I should be back next week at 2:30 Eastern. Hopefully it'll go directly from my YouTube link that I'll have scheduled. And I hope you guys try this or try something like this. And you could do it on paper. You don't have to do it on canvas. It's just like doing a masterboard, except it's cut into squares. All right. You're welcome, Lisa. Thanks for coming. I'm glad you, oh, I can't remove that message. Maybe I, I can't delete it. Oh, is it because I'm on YouTube? Can one of the mods try to delete that, my email address for me? I guess I'm not a mod. Colleen, do you think you could try to delete my email address? I wonder if I could do it. Oh, Paula, that's okay. Hope everything went okay. Oh, there we go. I removed it. I could do it directly on my my phone. Paula, sending you hugs. Yes, get some sleep. All right. Well, I guess that's it. Thanks for coming. Have a great week. We'll see you next Wednesday, and I'll see you around other streams. And hopefully I can figure out how to get off of this live that is direct on YouTube. I'm going to try pressing the X, and we'll see if that works. Bye-bye.